our next to-do involves complete search city to get user input and get data using get weather data function. So we have created this get weather data function. That's why we created first. But now the second function is we're going to get the user input, which technically we already have, which is this one right here. So const city equals document that get element by ID city input value. And the reason why it's city input is because if you look at index.html, you can see that the input ID is, where is it? Input ID is city input right here. And so we get the value from this. Now that we have the value, we need to call this get weather data function, and we need to console log temporarily. For now, we're going to console log the data, the weather data. So that is what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and console log the weather data. And I do have a few hints here. You need to use the promise return from get weather data function. Remember, this get weather data function returns the promise together with the data. So use the promise and console log the data in here. And also at the same time, make sure to catch any errors and console log the error just in case. So do that and then come back and we'll do it together. All right, let's see how we do this. So if we go ahead and we're going to call the get weather data function, just like that, we're going to input the city, provide the city parameter, right? The next thing we're going to do right away is we're going to do .then. Remember, this returns a promise, so we're going to use that promise. We're going to use the arrow functions. This creates the response, and let's go ahead and console log this response. And at the same time, we're not gonna forget, we're going to catch any error. Now, catch any errors that there might be. Arrow functions. You can see that now as we go forward, we're starting to use arrow functions, we're starting to use const, all the ES6 proper ways of doing things. So we're going to say error, and we're going to console log error. Let's see what we get now. Remember, this search city actually is already connected. If I go to index.html, you can see that we have an onClick function on this search. It says search city. So technically, this input is already connected to this right here too, and we're already getting the city value. So technically, we can right away test it on the front end or on the index.html. So let's try it out. Save it. I'm going to refresh it. I'm going to put this down. And let's see, I'm going to say Detroit search. And right here, we get the response. So we have coordinates, we have the weather, which is right here. You see clear skies. This contains the temperature and so forth. And this, my friends, is at this point is an object. This is really just an object that we can use now. And if you want to look into this deeper, you can look at the network. And you can see that in the network, I actually made a call out to... It's this one right here, sorry. You can see that this contains the data just like that, and then it converts it to JSON like so. So, all right, and if we got this done, we can mark this to do done and complete. Awesome job.